Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello friends, how are you today? I hope you will in good healthy and happiness. First, let me introduce myself. My name is VARIETIES. In this section, I would like to show you about the development of second language. In this section, we will talk about the order of acquisition, sequence of acquisition, and usage-based accounts of second language development. The first one, about order of acquisition. To determine the order of acquisition, it is necessary to investigate when learners achieve mastery of different linguistic of pragmatic feature. Okay. The order of acquisition, it is necessary to investigate when learners achieve mastery of different linguistic or pragmatic feature, and then order of acquisition is in longitudinal studies which show when learners reach the 80% criterion level for different linguistic feature. The ideal way to investigate order of acquisition is in longitudinal studies which show when learners reach the 80% criterion level for different linguistic features. However, many studies have been cross-sectional and determine the order of acquisition by equating in with the accuracy of order. And then the second about sequence of acquisition, both synthetic feature, for the example about negotiation, and morphological feature, for example, English regular past tense, are accurate gradually with learner passing through a number of stages development. Okay, in the sequence of acquisition, an alternative is to investigate the sequence of acquisition. That requires undertaking a frequency analysis. In the ebook of Oxford by Alice and Ferguson provide a detailed account of this type of analysis. It involves selecting a specific linguistic feature for study. Such analysis can show how learners shift from the predominant use of one device at one time. Like this. Alice Ferguson in 2005, it involves selecting a specific linguistic feature for study, for example, negatives, and then identifying occasion when learners attempt to use this feature and documenting the various linguistic devices they employ and how they change over time. And then about usage-based account of learning. Learner language, especially in the early stages, is characterized by the use of formulaic sequences such as I don't understand and I don't know. Based on an Alice in 2002, usage-based theories of second and the first language development reject the view that chunks and creative construction constitute a simple dichotomy. They claim that linguistic knowledge developed in response to the frequency of exposure to and use of examples of the language. A usage-based account of second language development seeks to plot how learners gradually and dynamically from chunks to construction, but without claiming any fundamental distinction between the two. And then case studies of second language learner based on Smith in 1983 study of West was a 33 years old Japanese learner of second language English who left school at the age of 15 and thus had very little experience of formal interaction. He was a successful artist. He divided his time between living in Hawaii and Japan, spending increasing amounts of time in the former. Okay, based on Smith, communicative competence divided into four. The first one is linguistic competence. In the West histories, West linguistic competence remained quite limited. His pronunciation was good, especially his intonation. So, linguistic competence is ability to use grammatical structure with target-like accuracy. And then the second, sociolinguistic. For sociolinguistic is the ability to use language in socially appropriate ways. And then discourse competence is ability to participate in coherent and cohesive conversation. And then for the strategic competence, the ability to deal with communication breakdown. Between case study between R. Ellis in 1984 and 1992 study of two classroom learners. Three main conclusions emerged from my study. First, like this learner relied initially on formalic chunk to express their communicative needs and gradually learn how to manipulate the linguistic elements in these chunks to produce more varied novel utterances. And then the second, the general pattern of development was very similar to that reported for naturalistic learner, suggesting that the classroom setting did not have a major effect on how these learners' linguistic competence developed. And then the third, after 2 years, their development was still quite limited. That are study of R. Ellis. And then R. Ellis divide the learner varieties into three. In the first one, pre-basic varieties, and then basic variety, and then post-basic variety. And this is the level of learner varieties. Based on this table, I think the learner variety based on the ability how the utterance that they have like maybe vocabulary and then grammatical. I think it can uh, it can divide what the learner varieties of the student. Okay, and then the conclusion, there is far too much evidence of these developmental trajectories to dismiss them so lightly. It is perhaps not so much a question of whether they do emerge in learners' spontaneous communicative use, as examining how individual learner factors, such as the learner's first language and context, impact on them. It is necessary to reconcile the claim that there are universal tendencies in the way a second language is acquired with the variability that is evident in learner use of a second language. Okay, that's all for me. I'm sorry if I cannot give the clear explanation. You can ask me on our group, and don't forget, for you all who don't subscribe my channel yet, please subscribe me because that is free. Okay, thank you. That's all for me. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.